Hi, I'm Sean Gullius with Human Works. I wanted to talk a little bit today about an issue that I think leaders are trying to get their arms and heads around. I call it the right thing to say, because right now it is hard to be certain in these uncertain times. Sometimes I see leaders thinking it's better just to wait versus taking any action. Slow down, shut out versus opening up and allowing in. I was interacting with a group of leaders last month where I sensed this fear to speak unless it was carefully scripted and laid out on paper to be read aloud. No one felt comfortable, so in the end, nothing was said. What was the topic? Celebrating a specific group of people. What was the fear? Not having done enough to celebrate other specific groups of people in the past. My bottom line, celebration is always good and you can never do enough. My response to those leaders in that room, do something, say something, but please stop sitting around in this sheltered environment trying to come up with the perfect PowerPoint presentation on this topic. Take action, correct course as you move along, but if you do nothing, silence says it all. So let me break it down. The simplest form I can think of for any executive or leader right now. First, champion people. People come first. If you start from that foundation, it is hard to go off course. Second, expand your smarts. Listen, learn, find ways to gain more understanding and knowledge. And the third, be the voice. Be the voice of caring, compassion, and understanding. The real truth about those leaders in that room is they were questioning their own comfort in talking about race, gender, and sexual orientation. They needed not only to elevate and understand other people's points of view and perspective and experience, but they needed to do a critical self-study about their own upbringing and belief systems. Because there's always work to do, always good work to do, and it's my work, it's your work. It's not somebody else's to come and give you the presentation to speak from. You have to do the work. Knowing the right thing to say first from looking in the mirror and doing some self-reflection, maybe even becoming a little uncomfortable in one's own skin. I sometimes think that's a good experience and headspace to be in. Since we all have our own individual biases, where do you start? How can you grasp everyone's very personal experience and perspective? Can you ever say the right thing? Take inventory first. Start there. Is something off? What I did? I reread James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time, written in the early 60s, and it is so spot on to what's happening right now. I also read White Fragility, and talking about a book that makes you pause, makes you self-reflect, makes you really want to take action to do things differently moving forward. Truth matters, and it can be a really fragile kind of truth. So I had to start with my truth, and I would encourage you to start with yours. And then you need to expand that experience because everyone lives on their thin line of experience. How do you break that line? Set it off in different directions. I do it by asking questions, and that guided me to another book, Reclaiming Our Space by Feminista Jones, and Kendi's Stamp from the Beginning. You can see I've been doing a lot of reading lately, and I think everyone needs to do a lot of reading, talking, and really understanding and getting it before they can speak the words that mean something to them and to others. We need leadership right now that are unafraid to speak. And then being fearless to say, sorry, teach me, broaden my perspectives, expand my heart. Authenticity and trust, I believe, come from not always saying the right thing, but being self-aware and owning your wrong words. You do that enough, and people around you will know you're coming from a place of good. And practice what I do. I don't look for the wrong things people say that might shut me out or offend or hurt, but I will ask them a question. I will say, what did you mean by that? Something that didn't ring true to my ears? Why did you say it that way? Is there a better way to say it? Champion people, expand your smarts, be the voice. I know I have still much to learn by listening to what others have to say and really hearing some truth, but I also must be the voice, whether that is one-to-one or one-to-many. Don't focus on the right thing to say, focus on what you have to say. From where you are right now in this lifetime journey of understanding what it truly means to be human.